Morgan here for Onefinity, and today we're going to do a comprehensive walkthrough of the Gen 2 Elite Series router from Onefinity CNC, configured for use in North America. In this video, we'll give you a full product overview, features and benefits of the machine, available accessories, applications of the machine, the software, and a live product demonstration cutting from start to finish. We'll also go over some of the available accessories that are optional add-ons but really elevate the CNC experience. The Gen 2 Elite series is a rigid, robust, and incredibly precise CNC machine. It's designed for users who require fast, accurate machining across a wide range of materials. Whether you're producing signage, furniture components, jigs, models, or engineered parts, the Gen 2 Elite series features a user-friendly interface that CNC novices can easily navigate, but it also includes the functionality and performance required for complex machining operations by experienced users. This machine offers a machining tolerance of plus or minus 0.004 of an inch and rapid speeds of 600 inches per minute, delivering clean, precise, and extremely fast machining results. And the Onefinity Elite series is a modular system that can be assembled in just 2 hours. Most components arrive pre-assembled. Simply bolt the machine together. All wiring is plug and play using clearly labeled male and female connectors, making assembly incredibly simple. We're going to start off with an in-depth product overview. The Gen 2 Elite series is available in 3 sizes. The Foreman, which is what you see here, has a cutting area of 49 inches by 49 inches. The Elite Journeyman is 49 inches by 33 inches, and the Elite Woodworker has a cutting area of 33 inches by 33 inches. Each Gen 2 Elite machine is also outfitted with ball screw covers to keep dust and debris from settling on the ball screws, protecting the linear bearings, thus improving the performance and longevity of the machine. Now let's take a look at the machine specifications. The Gen 2 Elite series is built using components designed for precision and durability. High precision, robust strengthening rails that increase rigidity across the entire gantry. Fast travel precision ball screws on every axis, giving you extremely accurate, backlash-free movement. A high-speed, long-travel Z20 heavy-duty Z-slider, ideal for heavy-duty, deep machining. All of this results in a sturdy, robust, and highly accurate CNC machine. The Z20 heavy-duty Z-slider is built to accommodate an 80mm spindle. We offer 80mm spindle kits from our partner, Redline CNC. The 2 spindles that we currently offer are both air-cooled. There's a 1.5 kilowatt version that runs on standard 110 volt power, and a 2.2 kilowatt version that runs on 220 volts. They're available right on our website, so you can add that while you're placing your order, and they're fully warranted and supported by Onefinity. There's a lot of advantages to running a spindle on your CNC rather than a trim router. More power, obviously, and the controller communicates directly with the spindle, tells it when to turn on and off, how fast to spin, and accepts cutters with up to a 1/2 inch shank. This powerful spindle delivers significantly more torque and cutting stability than conventional trim routers, especially in dense materials such as hardwoods, plastics, and non-ferrous metals. Because it maintains constant RPM under heavy load, users can confidently take deep passes and wide passes without stalling or burning out the tool. This leads to faster material removal, shorter machining times, and a major boost in productivity. Now let's move on to the brains of the machine, the real-time CNC controller with Redline CNC touchscreen interface. The Gen 2 Elite series is available with either an HMI or human machine interface, or with just the motion controller so you can use your laptop to control the machine. And that's our more budget-friendly option. The HMI is this gorgeous, specially designed 15-inch high-definition touchscreen interface that mounts directly to the machine and allows you to control the machine without having to plug in a computer. The brains are inside the touchscreen interface. The interface runs real-time CNC software and it's extremely user-friendly, ideal for beginners, yet powerful enough for advanced workflows. Key features include continuous and incremental jogging, feed rate override, jump to line, power loss recovery, file transfer via USB or over your Wi-Fi network, and it's the only controller on the market that has a rendering of your machine and the loaded program, allowing you to preview the material's position in the cutting area, your toolpath, and the position of the cutting tool, all in glorious 3D. For experienced users, all of the machine's settings and parameters are adjustable. The machine also incorporates a braking stepper motor on the Z-axis, preventing the spindle from dropping down when the machine powers off. Anti-skip closed-loop stepper motors bring major benefits such as they provide high torque across a range of speeds. They run cooler and more efficiently. They adjust automatically under load, and they offer improved safety, detecting movement errors before failure, maintaining accuracy throughout your carve. This makes them ideal for both detailed carving and reliable high volume production. And next we have the infrared homing sensors. The machine incorporates infrared homing sensors, providing repeat accuracy every time you home the machine, even after powering off and back on again. Now let's talk about dust extraction, which is essential when CNC machining. This is essential for keeping the machine clean, protecting the ball screws and the electronics, ensuring high quality cuts, and reducing airborne dust for operator safety. Making adjustments very simple. The spindle mounted dust shoe attaches directly to the spindle and moves with the Z-axis. This ensures that the bristles stay in constant contact with the surface even in deep pockets, uneven surfaces, or 3D carving. It provides more effective dust extraction, cleaner cuts, better visibility, and a cleaner workshop. The bottom section removes easily for fast tool changes, and the brush ring is fully removable even with the bit installed or lowered. The Onefinity 3-axis touch probe makes locating your X, Y, and Z 0 points extremely fast and accurate. It removes the guesswork and human error, perfect for repeat jobs or high precision work. The tool setter is dedicated to the Z-axis and provides an extremely accurate Z0 reference, essential for correct cut depths, clean pockets, and consistent results. This is particularly helpful for tool changes where the original 0 position's been cut away, like a 3D carve for instance. These accessories ensure professional, reliable, and repeatable accuracy. Now let's check out the quick change wasteboard and stand. The QCW fixed leg stand is an optional add-on. Using the QCW system provides a sturdy, purpose-built mounting surface, integrated T-tracks for extensive clamping options, faster assembly, and a rigid structure that stays flat and square over time. A few more accessories that are designed to work with the ones I just mentioned are the Rapid Change ATC automatic tool changer and the Revolution 4th axis rotary. The Rapid Change ATC is a new class of automatic tool changers, totally different from the others on the market, categorically unique because it doesn't use pneumatics. It uses the rotation of the spindle itself to load and unload bits automatically when the program you're running calls for a tool change. For projects that require more than one cutting tool, the Rapid Change ATC is an incredible time saver. The Revolution 4th axis rotary adds the functionality of an additional axis to the machine. Well, what does that mean? Well, as is, CNC routers cut on 3 axes, up and down, left and right, forward and backward. Adding a 4th axis allows your machine to cut all the way around an object by rotating the workpiece. It's great for spindle work, for furniture, figurines and statues, chess pieces, trophies, all kinds of stuff. Now, looking beyond the machine, let's talk about quality control and customer support. Every Onefinity machine is fully assembled and tested, which includes a live test cut before shipping. The machine includes an industry-leading 5-year warranty on hardware and North American-based technical support should you ever need it. Now let's look at some common applications and uses for Onefinity CNC machines. These machines are ideal for woodworking, sign making, prototyping, custom fabrication, education, creative design, and product development. It produces everything from detailed 3D carvings and signage to joinery, furniture components, jigs, and engineered parts. It machines a wide range of materials such as hardwoods, softwoods, MDF, and plywood, and a range of plastics, composites, foam, aluminum, brass, copper, and a variety of non-ferrous metals. The machine can be used by a wide range of people, including professional makers, small businesses, fabrication shops, schools and colleges, tradespeople, designers, and advanced hobbyists. Now let's talk software. Every CNC machine purchased from Onefinity comes with a license to Carveco Maker for design and toolpathing for a full year. All right, now if you're apprehensive about the learning curve that comes with learning new software, I'm gonna give you a quick walkthrough of Carveco just so you can see how easy it is to use and get your idea from the computer to the machine. So we'll open up Carveco and create a new file by clicking on this tab. Then you just input the dimensions of the material you wanna cut. For demonstration purposes, let's just say 12 by 12. We'll set the work origin to the bottom left corner so you can use your 3-axis touch probe, then click OK. We'll start out by cutting something simple, say a sign. We'll make a sign that uses a few different tools and a few different types of toolpaths so you can see the tool changer in action and how each one is toolpathed in the software and executed by the machine. Go over here to the Draw Rectangle tool in the left panel, and I'm going to create a rectangle, let's say 12 inches wide and 8 inches high. And we'll add a little radius on the corner. Once that rectangle is created, I'm gonna add a little border with another radius rectangle about 1 inch in from all sides. This will serve as a lockup for the text I'm gonna add in a minute. Now we can add some text to the sign. I went back and forth about what I wanted the sign to say, and the first thing that came to mind was something that I've seen at literally every TJ Maxx or Airbnb I've ever stayed at. Live, laugh, love. So I went with that, but with my own little twist. Adding and editing text in Carveco is simple, similar to using a word processor. You can play around with the different fonts, click and drag to adjust the size, and once you're happy with how it looks, paste it onto the layer that you're machining. Now I'm going to go over here to the toolpaths window and select VBit carving toolpath. It'll open a new window where I'll need to input some information as to what you want the machine to do. First, I'll input my cutting depth. I want it to be only about 1/16 of an inch deep, so I'll input 0.0625 inches. Then I can select my cutting tool. For this, I'm going to use a 60-degree VBit since I already have one of those in my automatic tool changer. I'll need to put in my material thickness, which is 3/4 of an inch, so 0.75 inches. I'll give it a name and click Calculate Now. To see what the carve will look like, you can preview the toolpath by clicking the preview button over here. Looks good. Now on to the next. For this border, I'm just going to use a profile toolpath instead of engraving. A profile toolpath just follows the line of a vector, either outside of the line, along the line, or inside of it. I'm going to select to cut along the line. I'll make it the same depth as the lettering using the same bit. We'll give that a name and preview it as well. Looks good, now we just got to cut the whole thing out. Here I'll select the outermost rectangle and do another profile toolpath. This time we're going to cut outside of the vector and use a different bit. We've been using a V-bit so far, and you don't want to try to cut something out with that. I recommend the 1/4-inch spiral bit from. We want to cut outside of the rectangle, so we end up with a full 12-inch width. The software will ask you how fast you want the spindle to spin and how fast you want the machine to move. And this is something that you just kind of develop an intuition for over time. The more you use it, the longer you use it, the more it just kind of becomes second nature. So we'll run this at 200 inches per minute, which means the machine is traveling at, well, 200 inches per minute. And we'll have it cutting a 1/4 inch deep on each pass, which means that this toolpath will be executed in 3 passes. We're also going to add some bridges to the toolpath. Bridges are used to maintain a connection between the part being cut out and the piece it's being cut out of. Here you can give it a name and click Calculate Now. So let's go ahead and take a look. Everything looks good. Now we can save this toolpath as a G-code file. Of course, toolpaths get more complicated than this, but here I'm just demonstrating the workflow of how to get a design from the computer to the machine. Now that we've run through the software, we can start setting the machine up for our first cut. So I secured my workpiece to the wasteboard with some brad nails. A wasteboard is useful for a lot of things, like you can incorporate work holding functionality to it. It serves as a backer to prevent tear out on the bottom of the workpiece, but it also creates some separation from the metal parts of the actual QCW frame if you cut a little too deep. There are a lot of ways to secure your material down to the wasteboard. Feel free to tumble down that rabbit hole later on, but for simplicity on this particular job, I'm just using brad nails. If you haven't already done so, you need to home the machine. When you first power up the machine, it doesn't exactly know where the spindle is in relation to its cutting area. By homing, the machine is identifying known boundaries so it knows how far it can move in any direction. Now that the machine is homed, we can set our work origin. In the main screen, tap on the Probe tab, then Probe XYZ. You'll see a probing wizard to guide you through each step. It's going to tell you to place the probe on the bottom left corner of the material. Then the wizard is going to tell you to attach the magnet to the collet and touch the top of the probe to the bit to make sure it recognizes when it touches the bit in the actual probing stage. Then it's going to ask you for the diameter of the bit, which will be 1/4 inch. Then hit Start Probing and away we go. Once the probing is complete, I'm going to use my ATC to swap to the tool used in my first toolpath. Right now I have tool number 2 in the spindle, which is the 1/4 inch spiral bit. I'll swap it out to tool number 3, which is my 60-degree V-bit. Once the V-bit is loaded up, that's where I would normally attach the dust boot, but for demonstration purposes, I'm going to leave the dust boot off so you can actually see the carve. Now we can run our first toolpath, engraving. Under the Files tab, go to Import, then locate the G-code file for the toolpath. This would normally be broken up into 2 toolpaths because there are 2 different tools, but remember, we have an auto tool changer, so it's just 1 toolpath. Once it's imported, tap on Open. In the Run tab, you'll see a rendering of the toolpath. If everything looks right, hit Start. Now sit back and enjoy the show. Once the engraving toolpath is complete, you'll see that the machine recognizes the tool change command. It'll jog over to the tool changer, unload the V-bit, load up the spiral bit, then finish the job. All we need to do now is remove the material from the spoil board, trim off the tabs, and the job is complete. So if you like what you see from the Onefinity machine and you'd like to see how it could be incorporated into your shop to streamline your workflow, give us a shout. We'd love to hear from you. Thank you so much for watching. You'll be good.